Well, congratulations. Another medal, and obviously getting on the podium is a big thing for your team yet again.
Yes, sure. Even though it's third time in a row when we got bronze medal at the Worlds, it's still a medal, and really glad and even happy, especially after yesterday's loss in semifinal. We were really so tired, and like the main goal for this game was like to stay alive, just because, yeah, I mean, mentally we were dead after yesterday, and we just needed that medal to recover.
Right, and that does ease some of the pain of last night, obviously, and keeps the hunger going as you build towards South Korea as well.
Well, yeah, sure. We know that we need these games, and we need the games close to this one. I mean, when the score is equal to the end, so that you could get into the situations when you're like really under pressure and you're really nervous through the whole game. That's a great experience, and my compliments to Team Canada. Like they played really great today and made us nervous.
And what will you take away from this particular championship in Swift Current as a team?
Well, last time when we were in Swift Current, we didn't even make the playoff. So this year, your town was a bit more succeeded for us. So we're just trying to stay at the level of the top teams, and with the experience, we're getting better as well.
Well, I know this team gave it everything, and I just obviously some disappointment today, but big picture wise, what will you take away from this championship?
We had an amazing experience, and playing in the Worlds and in Canada, being Team Canada in Canada, I couldn't ask for more than that other than to be standing on the podium. That's what we wanted, but it's been an amazing week, and Swift Current is just incredible, and the crowds and the whole city have just been absolutely awesome to us all week. So it's an honor. It's an honor to wear the maple leaf and represent your country. Wish we could have brought home a medal for Canada, but we're honored and we feel fortunate.
Today was kind of the week in a nutshell, wasn't it? High points, low points, frustrating moments, everything wrapped up in 10 ends.
Yeah, that occurred to me around the ninth end, that it was the same kind of roller coaster that our week kind of was, which is frustrating, but yeah, I mean, we always said at the start of today was we want to stand together and fight and never give up and battle till the end, and we did that. I mean, we would have loved to come out on top, but we did what we said we wanted to do, and it just wasn't our day.
Now that you've had a taste of the maple leaf on your back, obviously you'll wear it at the Scotties next year with this team, but getting another crack at this, I'm sure you're already hungry for it.
Yeah, for sure, and for me, my first Worlds, I certainly learned a lot that I feel like just having the experience would certainly help me if I were lucky enough to get back to a World Championship, that just knowing what to expect would be a big advantage that I didn't have this time, so would love to get that opportunity again.
And when you say that, what do you think is the biggest lesson you learned here this week?
I don't even know if it's actual lessons. It's just what to expect. It's just how it feels, and the pressure associated and things like that just take a toll on you in an awesome way. But if like coming in knowing what to expect would just be helpful mentally, because it can just get exhausting when it's kind of flying at you and you're not used to it, and I didn't have any way of knowing what it would be like. And now that I know what it's like, I would be better prepared for it. Same as my second Scotties. You just kind of know what to expect.
You guys had a little bit of trouble with this Russian team this week. Is there anything in particular that makes them such a challenge?
No, it wasn't, I mean, they made lots of shots, but we just had opportunities and couldn't take advantage of them basically in all of those games. We had chances and we just couldn't kind of capitalize on them. We steal two and get the lead, and then we give a three back, and we rolled just too far on Amy's, and mine just doesn't curl enough. It's a little heavy, and then, so it was just kind of that little bit off, and they, when you get down to them, they're tough because they hit very well, so you have to be careful about that. But no, I don't think that there's anything in particular other than on our side, just a few little things. I mean, that's at this level, that's the difference, right? It's a bouncing off an inch versus making a perfect freeze, and it was those kinds of little mistakes that burnt us.
You had an excellent first season with this rink. How do you improve on this kind of performance?
Well, there's still things to be learned and things we know we can do better. You're never all the way there. You can always improve. So we'll go back to the drawing board and look at things that we think we could have done better. There'll be some communication things probably. There are still some throwing things and some weight control things. Like all that stuff can always be just a little bit more precise. I mean, we think we're in a pretty good place, but you can always ramp that up just that extra little tiny bit. And again, it's at this level, it's that little bit that we had at the Scotties that we didn't quite have here. That makes the difference.
Fun to have high standards, isn't it?
Not really. It's a lot of heartbreak, but yeah, I mean, it's also the reason why you get to wear Maple Leafs and do things like this.
Amy, obviously an emotional day. Obviously, this coming to an end, and like we said to Chelsea, now that that game today was kind of the week in a nutshell. So many highs and lows, and frustration at times.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gutted. I'm gutted. One of the hardest losses of my career personally, and it happens, and it's just a sport. But right now, that hurt. That's hurting.
Just in terms of sharing that with your team, and I know that feeling the support from the crowd, that all those things, and the Maple Leaf is not easy to wear sometimes. I imagine all those.
Maple Leaf is super easy to wear. It's just the most wonderful thing you ever get a chance to do. There's none of that. It's just simply, that's going to be one that it's going to be hard to forget. I have to be proud of our fight for sure. I agree with Chelsea. But I'm so not happy with not being on the podium. I'm not going to lie about that.
Does it add to the hunger for next season then?
Oh, I can't even. I mean, like, the work that goes into getting this far and knowing it took me 10 years, man, like, to get back in this situation. And it's a huge drain personally because I have other things that are demanding in good ways. And I mean, for me to put in what I've put in again and again, it's exhausting mentally for me to even imagine getting back, honestly. So I just feel like this was maybe my chance. And certainly I'm looking forward to standing with the girls next year in St. Catharines, and I will turn my mind to that, and wearing the Maple Leaf at the Scotties. But, these chances just don't come very many times in many people's careers, and I'm well aware of that.